Ooh, baby, you're on the way.
Every day.
Every day? Sometime in March 7th. Ooh, baby, you're on the way.
Oh no, I didn't flip it. Sorry. We're off to a good start.
There we are. Hey!
Hey!
Hi, everyone.
Hello, happy Tuesday.
Happy
We're off to
Tuesday.
a great start.
September 8th. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness. It is September, and here in Nebraska, it's sweater weather.
It's raining. It's a beautiful rainy day.
Living in the Midwest is awesome because 2 days ago it was 100 degrees, and today, 50.
It feels like summer was like, whoa!
Yeah, it feels like fall was
And hello, fall.
couldn't. Hello, fall.
Hello, fall.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We're very excited. I don't know if you saw on Facebook over the weekend, but we did share the big news that there is a bun in the oven.
Thank you so much to everyone who, the incredible outpouring of love and supports that we've received has just been so overwhelming and beautiful, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for all your kind words and emojis and texts and phone calls, and it's been really fun news to share, and I think a little bit of light in a very weird, dark, uncertain time. So thank you for sharing in our joy.
So in celebration of that, and in the spirit of celebrating our joy,
Ezra insisted.
we are doing something where we put a bun in the oven.
So, cinnamon buns, also known as cinnamon rolls, are the treat du jour for today's Food Love Laughter.
We have a couple things to talk about. I did want to say, there's so many things to talk about. There's so many things.
Yeah.
But because we went to Goldenrod Pastry, where this recipe is going to come from today.
Yeah, it's in Lincoln.
It's also where I told you,
Oh, it's okay. I got it. Keep going.
Where I told you where the in my home ec class, like the one and only home ec class, the first recipe that we made, and really the only one that I remember, was cinnamon rolls. And like, there's something about it, we all know. I mean, like, unless you're allergic, cinnamon rolls, cinnamon, sugar. Oh,
fall, like it all goes together.
It's all together.
Perfect.
It's so almost addictive. Anyway, so we're gonna make some cinnamon buns today.
Yeah, so we have dough rolled out, and Ezra, while I was off doing other things, he put this beautiful dough together, and this is actually a gluten-free dough. So we used Pamela's gluten-free flour and the recipe from this book.
This incredible book.
Which is called Perfectly Golden. You can find it on Amazon, but you could also give your money more locally. So go to the Goldenrod Pastries website and you can order this cookbook. But what's amazing about this particular cookbook, I like nerded out about this cookbook. I bought it early in the pandemic.
I had no idea what this was.
Ugh. And Patty Finn Rapeco is the one who like brought this to my attention.
Patty Finn.
Boom. Hey girl. So this has a bunch of recipes of pastries and sweets that they do at Goldenrod Pastries in Lincoln, but it has like the really cool thing about
Lincoln,
Nebraska, is that they make things that are gluten-free and vegan and dairy-free. So almost no matter your restriction or sensitivity, you can get a treat.
Yeah, they've done the research, kind of like an America's Test Kitchen thing, with different flours,
like
different
which
sugars,
flour blend is best for cinnamon rolls, which flour blend is best for cookies.
And they're known for their buns, right?
Yes, they are. They have like t-shirts and totes that say buns, buns, buns.
Which is awesome.
Yes. So this gluten-free dough that Ezra made is using gluten-free flour, but it is from Angela and from her cookbook and from Goldenrod Pastries. But really, what we want to empower you to do is you can use any bun recipe. So like any cookbook that you have, you can go on the internet, and if you are gluten-full, then you can find like a bun recipe or a cinnamon roll recipe, because the dough, the like sweet dough, it is whatever, and lots of people have different preferences, but we use the gluten-free one.
Yeah, so we're starting from the basic foundation of the dough. So whatever dough you choose, do that. We're going to share with you this recipe here, and we're so excited.
Ezra in particular is very excited about
I am
what's happening.
stoked. When we went, what did we get? We got some pink lemonade, like shortbread.
Yeah, there's like a pink lemonade square with the shortbread bottom, and you love the peanut butter cookie.
Their
You
peanut
were
butter
really
cookies
sold
are
on the peanut butter
sick.
cookie.
They're, I mean, like good sick. Like they're awesome. And I even thought that like we also had their cinnamon rolls there. Their cinnamon rolls,
we did. We had a cinnamon roll as well,
which
and it
was good. It was good. I felt like it was a little sweet for my taste.
And that will happen to us sometimes when we go to bakeries. We're like, whew, this is really sweet. And so when we make stuff at home, we tend to cut the sugar a little bit just because we don't eat a lot of extra sugar. So when we do have it, we're like,
It's such a
holy
surprise.
moly. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's make some cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. So next up, so we have the dough rolled out. We did in fact use a rolling pin.
Boom.
Boom. Which is such a like weird tool to have in the kitchen, but also so fun.
It is fun. It's pretty iconically kitchen.
It is.
You know?
And it also is like imagining the woman like with
the
the
rolling
rolling
pin?
pin.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
like iconic image.
Yeah, that's probably like sexist as hell.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't seen that image in a lot. But the whisk and the roller. like,
Yeah,
cross
it's sort
swords.
of like a skull and bones.
Yeah.
So what we have here is butter.
Butter?
But have you seen that YouTube video where Paula Deen, it's just cuts of Paula Deen saying butter over and over again?
Goulash, y'all.
Do yourself a favor, it's great.
Like butter.
So we are gonna like put this butter on this dough and then spread it out.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Because, and you could talk about the last time, so we made a crumble bun
Crumble bun.
from this recipe, but this time you're just doing it with soft rather than liquid in the pastry.
Yeah, so last time
Why
I did
is
this,
that,
last time
Kayla?
I did this with liquid butter, and then when it rolled up, the liquid butter just went everywhere. So this time we're doing a little experiment where we've had it softening on the. You are so fast.
Killing it, right?
You are. I feel like I'm moving so slow over here.
Well, I got a flat edge knife here.
Yeah.
A butter knife.
So so when we did this last time, we were making crumble buns, and the crumble bun, instead of putting cinnamon in the middle, it's just sugar, and then you put like fruit preserves on top of it, and all the melted butter spilled out everywhere, and it made a big old mess. Still delicious, but I was like, how do we keep the butter in the bun? And so so now we're using softened butter instead of melted butter so that it will stay.
Ooh, baby, your own way.
We also inherited from my father a recipe for, it's called the Swedish tea ring.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like a rolled up cinnamon roll, but instead of cutting all the way through it, you cut just like 3/4 of the way through, so it's still one big piece, and then you arrange it like a wreath on a cookie sheet.
Like Aretha Franklin.
And we did one, we did it last year, but we also, the big one that we did one in New Mexico the last Christmas that we were in New Mexico, and on Christmas Eve we drove them around to like all of our friends. We made like 16 of them. And
We
drove
also
them
got
around.
that from your
My father, because
Thank you,
he
Dad.
does it. Yeah, he does it for like the week before Christmas. He makes all of these
Man,
Swedish
there
tea
is
rings and then shares them with people in the neighborhood
Something
and
about
friends.
the
and
spirit of giving. You know, it doesn't have to wait for the holidays. Living is giving, right?
Yeah.
Like, give yourself and your time to something that's good, even if that means it's a difficult conversation that needs to happen. Do that.
It's interesting that it happens at holidays a lot. This like extra baking, right? And I get it, like it's cold and we're inside and everything. Our friend Matt, his mom makes candies and spends like weekends making candies, and she hands out these candy tins. They're like the metal tins that are like decorated like holiday. She hands those out every year, and then people like hoard them and give them back to her so that she'll refill them. And so it's like to make sure that they get their candy, and I think that is brilliant. Like in her small
that's
town,
brilliant.
she's like renowned for that. This looks great.
Thanks. Good job.
Good job, you. Okay, so now
Okay.
Cinnamon sugar. It's a cup of brown sugar and a quarter cup of cinnamon.
So a cup of brown sugar and a quarter cup of Cinnamon. And this was 5.5 tablespoons.
Yeah, like 5.5 tablespoons
So
of butter.
I've been wondering about what the best way to like spread this out is.
Yeah. Should we just turn it over and dump it?
Oh,
That would give Ezra a heart attack.
it would. But so I'm going to like just make sure at least there's enough like sort of everywhere before
yeah.
we drop it.
Yeah,
in
getting all the way into
cups.
the corners.
Mhm.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Thanks.
If you have a recipe that you love to bake, please share it in the comments because we are always looking for new projects, new buns to put in the oven, as it were.
We
It
have
smells
that.
so good.
We have that. Oh, the cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, I'm getting my appetite back. I was driving around town and I like smelled a couple of things. So I was like, that smells good.
Yeah, talk a little bit about
That
like talk a little bit about like where you're at on the pregnancy scale.
Yeah, so I'm in my second trimester.
Sure.
And y'all, I have to be honest, I don't know anything about pregnancy. So I feel like there's some women that come to this and they've like shepherded a lot of other women through it, and so they know a lot. I don't know anything. So I am like reading books, I am talking to lots of people, I am asking for advice because I have no point of reference for this. And I take health and wellness very seriously. Those of you that know me well know. And so I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't been sick in 7 years. And I like not so much as a cold, and so I don't feel ill very often. I'm not nauseous much, except for the first trimester of my pregnancy. So I totally experienced nausea. It kicked up the most when we were doing virtual camp, and I was teaching voice and movement. So we're doing like push-ups and dancing and all these things with these kids, and off camera like. Ugh. Ezra's bringing me a lot of snacks, and food just hasn't really tasted great. But I have wanted salty everything.
Yeah,
like pickles,
for legit.
Oh my God,
I got
potato
into
chips, fries,
Oh, yeah.
just salt. And still like drinking a lot of water, which I always do. But yeah, just today I was like smelling things out in the world and was like, that smells good. That smells good. That smells good. Like it's gonna be okay. Because it was hard.
And it's so funny that you were out in the world smelling that stuff when it's raining too.
I know. It's so crazy.
Yeah, you would do. All right.
Good job.
Thanks. This kind of looks like if I was a boy,
Yes.
which some days still am.
Boy at
I would, boy at heart, I would see this as a landscape that I would then take my GI Joes on. You know what I would do.
Yeah.
I didn't have like
Little
a TIE fighter, like,
hills. Yeah.
you know, like.
Except now, like a kid can like put a camera on one side and actually like
yeah,
kind
we
of
do a
Star
whole
Wars,
film.
film it.
So, yeah, so, all right, so we've got our Tatooine terrain here.
Yes. For the nerds out there.
Ew.
And now we roll it.
And now we
so
roll it.
one of the tips, because gluten-free dough works a little bit differently, is that you use the parchment paper to help with the rolling process. I think we could do this together.
Oh, sure.
And so we want to roll it real tight.
Yeah, so we're going to like pinch this thing down.
Yeah, pinch it.
Pinch it down. You're using the paper to begin with.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like directly folding it up.
Uh-huh.
Does that work?
Yep. And then we'll use the parchment paper to keep the roll happening.
Okay.
I'm sure this is very stimulating.
This is like a group exercise. I bet. Let's scooch back. Yeah, all right.
Rolling. This also makes me think about a jelly roll. Have you ever made a jelly roll cake?
No.
So the thing about jelly roll cake is that it's really eggy, and so it's real spongy.
Eggy.
And you have to roll it when it's like warm, but not too warm. Like
This is so cool because
I think so.
roll it when it's warm. Just a
I think
pause.
that's what you do. Yeah.
Because you can see what we've got going on in here, and we can't. I mean, like, not the way that you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you have the better perspective.
Yeah.
So with the jelly roll, you like have the jelly roll, you roll like the jelly or the cream or whatever on it, and then you roll it, but it has to be like you don't want the cake to break, and so you have to do it sort of with the conscientiousness that we are currently rolling. This beautiful.
This feels so satisfying.
Roll.
This is somewhat of what I remember from middle school.
I'm just gonna scoot this back a little on the parchment.
Oh boy, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to cut this next, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, it's starting to crack a little bit.
Yeah. Which I think is like
it's okay?
gluten-free dough. Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
So we're supposed to cut it into 12. Let me get a knife.
Yeah, like an inch and a half thick.
Whoops. Should have prepared better.
Oh no.
But I didn't.
Oh no.
So I'm getting the knife right here.
Hey.
Ah! Okay. So we cut it into 12.
Hi, Lamp.
Oh no! Sorry. So I think if we do the thing where we like cut it in half and then cut it in half again and then cut it into threes, you're better at the visual part of this.
Oh, you wanna? Oh, okay. I see.
So cut it right in half.
She's so smart. So we're doing in half and then kind of half it from there as we go.
And then into quarters.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. I dig it.
And then cut each quarter into.
We're just gonna
like
keep
1,
halving.
2, 3. No. Now these get cut into threes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So like.
Because we need 12, right?
Right.
4 times 3 is 12.
That's
Okay,
right.
Very cool. This almost feels like it's 2 inches, and that's great. Okay, cool. Whoa.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go closer to 3.
Yeah.
That bun's gonna be huge.
So this is.
That one's mine.
So now I'm setting them on the prepared parchment papered pan. And what
Parchment
she
paper pan!
recommends to do is to tuck the tail underneath the bun.
That's where their signature thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I haven't really figured out how to do that in a pretty way. That was okay.
That was good. We are also, something that we brought up, and another weird reason to do this is, I think this is a Nebraska thing, right? To have cinnamon rolls and chili.
Yeah, if you don't live in Nebraska, have you heard of that before? I didn't really grow up with that idea. I grew up, that's not true. In our cafeteria, Iris, if you're watching, made awesome cinnamon rolls. And so anytime we had chili day for school lunch, we also had cinnamon rolls. But Raydell is the one who shared with us the idea of putting a cinnamon roll in a bowl and then putting the chili on the cinnamon roll.
That's a like Omaha thing. And I don't know if it's exclusively...
I had never heard such a thing.
Yeah. Well, we made chili. You made chili 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
So we have some leftovers. So we're going to see. Uh-oh.
One of them fell apart.
One of them fell apart. Oh,
That's
no.
on me.
It's going to be okay.
So gonna be delicious.
So these are going to go like 2... Oh, look at that one. What? How good. How pretty. These are going to go 2 inches apart?
Yeah. I mean,
that'll
yeah.
work.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do this other like kind of ugly butt over here.
Ugly butts are going to be my favorite.
So 6 on one sheet, and then we'll do 6 on another sheet, and then these will rise for 35 minutes, and then bake for 25.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah. So you won't literally get to see the bun being put inside
So
the oven.
we'll take a picture once it's done,
Yeah.
so that you can see what these gluten-free buns look like when they come out of the oven. Yeah. I have to say that of all of the episodes of Food Love Laughter we've done, and this is episode like 27, I think, this was the one that Ezra was the most excited about. You were so excited about doing a bun in the oven.
I really wanted to make this thing happen.
Yeah, and look, we did it.
Yeah. There's also a classic vanilla glaze that goes over that. But you know, I think I learned it from you that you can just take like powdered sugar if you wanted
That's
to.
what the vanilla glaze is. It's powdered sugar and a little bit of milk. And you can choose like dairy milk or non-dairy milk. We do almond and oat milk.
You whisk it up, right?
Yeah, and a little vanilla. That's what makes it vanilla glaze.
And a little teaspoon of vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And a little powdered sugar.
You whisk it up.
Whisk it, take a whisk for God's sakes. Whisk it all. I'm gonna whisk it all on the cinnamon buns.
Hey.
And then we might have some chili on it. We'll probably give some of these away.
Yeah, I mean, really, we should.
We're not gonna eat all of them.
Yeah. No, we're not.
No,
we're
not.
definitely going to give some of these away.
We're not gonna eat.
We're not going to eat all of them. We are swearing to you right now that we are not going to eat all of these cinnamon rolls. Ezra.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next Tuesday. We love you so much. Please stay safe out there. Be kind to one another. Till then.
Till then, adieu.